Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service in Pocatello. Today is Friday, October 17th. Welcome to your weather hazard briefing for Southeast Idaho. Our headline today, a break between systems, mostly. Why mostly? Well, we do have just a few exceptions to that we'll talk about here for a few of you across the region. First, that break is kicking in here for about a 48-hour period. Most of Southeast Idaho will see dry, quiet, mostly clear, mostly sunny conditions for just about the entire day today and the entire day Saturday. So why do we say mostly? Well, a couple localized things we need to talk about. First, there are a few patches of dense fog this morning. I'll show you that graphically here in just a moment, but if you are encountering one of these dense fog areas, we're seeing visibilities anywhere from 1 mile down to 1/10 of a mile at times. So it is something notable to watch out for, particularly as we're very early in our cold season, which means we haven't had a lot of fog yet to contend with here over the past few months. We're just headed into that season, so definitely something to keep on your radars. Also, there may be a few clouds and a couple rain or snow showers to the north and east of Rexburg tonight. We're talking about the Island Park region, possibly down to the Teton Valley area. Not expecting this to be high impact, not expecting much out of it. Just have a really weak system, a little shortwave trough that's going to brush across our area from the north tonight and produce a few of these clouds and stray showers. But other than that, not really expecting anything here over the next 48 hours. We will get a little taste of fall warmth. Low elevation temperatures back into the 60s for many of you briefly on Sunday as this next system starts to move in. And that system is still on tap for Sunday, continuing, depending on where you're located, through late Monday morning or early Monday afternoon. Now, a couple things that we've noticed here in the guidance. First, models are trending just a bit drier with this next system. So we'll take a first look here in the briefing this morning at some rain and snowfall amounts. But they are also trending a bit breezier. Doesn't look like any big high wind event or anything like that, but noticeably breezy for many portions of Southeast Idaho. So weather risk outlook, again, not much today or tomorrow. We've got that localized dense fog risk from the Snake Plain up to the Montana border. Again, we'll look at that in just a moment. Again, maybe a few clouds, an isolated rain or snow shower or 2 or 3 up in the Island Park region down into the Teton Valley tonight as that weak system brushes through, not expecting big impacts. Sunday, the morning hours, particularly to the south and east of the Central Mountains, the morning hours will likely be dry. It's not going to be until afternoon or evening that some of these rain showers make it out of the Central Mountains and down across the rest of the area. You can see down here in yellow, we highlighted some minor risk here due to the snow showers mixing in, at least at higher elevations. More of the day will be affected by the rain and snow showers here as you're up across the Central Mountain region. So Lost River area, Wood River area, Sawtooth area, Lemhi County. As we go into Monday, we'll start to shut things down from northwest to southeast. Snake Plain, maybe a few rain and snow showers in the morning, possibly nothing left over here for the eastern Magic Valley into the South Hills. Morning rain or snow showers for other areas as well. Eastern Highlands, as you get up again into the upper Snake Highlands, the Teton Valley, maybe Caribou County, will be the last to shut down these rain and snow showers as we get into early Monday afternoon. And then we're back to quiet weather for Tuesday. No watches, warnings, or advisories currently in effect for any of this. There is a frost advisory out if you are traveling west and have agricultural interests out that direction here, Twin Falls, Boise, etc. We did issue, though, what we call a special weather statement. It's just weather information until 10 a.m. this morning for kind of these areas highlighted in red. We're talking about the Snake Plain and Arco Desert, up through Idaho Falls and up to Monida Pass. And if you want to pause the slide, you can read the text here of the statement that we issued. Basically, we're seeing just really localized patches of some dense fog. Visibility's down to anywhere from 1 mile to 1/10 of a mile in a few spots, particularly up here just south of Monida Pass, this stretch just north of Idaho Falls on Interstate 15, and then portions of Highway 20 and Highway 26 if you're headed from Idaho Falls or Blackfoot out to INL. Are going to be some of the trouble spots. There may be a few others floating around as well. So just be prepared to slow down. Reducing your speed is absolutely number one when driving into dense fog. Remember low beam headlights and just use caution. This is one of our first foggier mornings here for a few spots of the cold weather season. This is what it looked like here not too long ago at Sage Junction along Interstate 15 to kind of give you a visual on what some of those localized pockets of fog do look like this morning. Outside of that, again, we're setting up a pretty nice day. You can see on the satellite loop here, there are some clouds out there. These white clouds coming in from the northwest are up very high in the sky. If you see the blue shading here down across portions of the upper Snake Plain, the Arco Desert, over toward Driggs, this is low stratus. We've seen some impacts from this, particularly for aviation at some of our airports. Other than that, just a low stratus deck that will take a few hours to burn off this morning. And there is, again, some fog, some localized fog lurking in here as well, which would also show up in this blue shading on the satellite. Nothing on radar, although we've seen a few weather stations and a few webcams maybe hinting at a few snow flurries or a few raindrops falling out of that low stratus deck this morning, kind of in the same areas where we're seeing some of this localized fog. So I wouldn't be surprised here, say from about 5 a.m. to about 9 a.m. in particular, if we do see a stray snow flurry or a few raindrops out of this, generally not expecting any major impacts from any of that activity. And it's just not something that our radar is going to do a good job of picking up on. Let's take a look at some temperatures here. Over here on the left, high temperatures this afternoon. Over here on the right, we have high temperatures on Saturday. You can see they are very, very similar here for the next 2 days. Readings getting into the 50s, maybe close to 60 out here in the eastern Magic Valley. At lower elevations, certainly colder up high. We probably won't make it to the 50-degree mark either day up here in Island Park. Driggs, you'll be very close. Montpelier, I think you will make it past that 50-degree mark. Here comes our 1 day of warmth as I advance forward here. Here on the left, Sunday's temperatures. Remember, this storm is going to be moving in. We're going to see rain and snow showers as early as the morning across the Central Mountain region, but holding off for the rest of southeast Idaho from the eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain into the southern and eastern highlands, holding off until sometime during the afternoon or evening. And with a nice southerly flow, we're going to see temperatures surging up into the 60s here for most of our lower elevations. Upper 60s possible across the eastern Magic Valley into the Raft River region. 66 all the way east to Pocatello. 60 even all the way over to Swan Valley. Look how that changes as we go over to the right here. Monday's temperatures on the backside of this very quick system that will move through back into the 40s to low to mid 50s. So it's only going to be 1 day of these better temperatures. At least it will fall on the weekend, and at least we will have some dry weather for portions of the day for most of you to go along with those temperatures. Wind gusts, looks like our strongest winds. Again, models are trending a little stronger with the winds here for this system on Sunday and Monday. Really focused on Sunday afternoon into Sunday night for the strongest gusts, and that's what we're showing you here. You can see wind gusts over 30 miles an hour across the Arco Desert region. A lot of the north and east here seeing 30 or higher for some of those wind gusts. Certainly the ridges and mountain peaks here in a lot of our terrain, we'll see some of that as well. And then down here across the southern highlands, a little bit lower, but still gusts of about 20 to 25 miles an hour. And we'll see if this continues to trend higher or lower. Again, really focused on Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Take a look here at precipitation amounts for the first time out of this system. Again, models are trending breezier but also drier. You can see we're expecting little to nothing for portions of the Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley and Raft River region now out of this system. Maybe just a light stray shower. Heavier amounts here up in the Stanley region, Frank Church Wilderness, up into Lemhi County. We may see some spots picking up a 1/10 to 1/4 inch of precipitation out of this system. Also from Island Park into the Grand Tetons, this region will see some heavier amounts relatively, although no one's really seeing significant accumulations out of this system. And then based on temperature, if we jump over here to what this looks like for some higher elevation snowfall, really light amounts. We may see a dusting to an inch or two in some of the central mountains here, mostly at or above pass level. Island Park over toward Driggs, again, mostly at or above pass level, although Island Park itself will probably be just cold enough. Again, a light coating or maybe an inch or two of snow in the areas you see shaded here in blue. So there's where we're at. We'll continue to monitor all these trends here for our next system as we head into Sunday and Monday. And, of course, keep an eye out for that fog this morning. But otherwise, not too much in the way of weather impacts here for the next couple days. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us here at our office with the information shown here on this slide. And everyone have a great Friday.